Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to talk about the basic knee joint examination. At first, allow patient to tell about his chief complaints. You should receive history rather than taking it. Listen to the patient and avoid asking too many specific questions. First, examine the patient in standing position. From the anterior aspect, look for any deformity like genu varum or valgum. Check the position of patella. Check for any visible swelling, any bruising or discoloration around the knee. Do check for any foot deformities as well. From the lateral aspect, check for genu recurvatum or hyperextended knee. Check for any knee flexion deformity and closely observe the foot arches. From the posterior aspect, check for any abnormal swelling around the popliteal region, such as in the cases of Baker cyst. Also look at the position of calcaneum. Ask patient to walk and check his gait pattern. Movement at pelvis, hip and ankle should also be observed. Now I will talk about the most important part of any joint examination, which is palpation. Before touching, make sure your hands are not too cold or sweaty. With dorsum of hand, assess the temperature on both sides of the knee. When comes to palpation, start with palpation of patella. Ask the patient to tighten the quadricep muscle and palpate for the quadricep tendon. Then you run down and palpate the patella. Below the patella, just run down towards the patellar tendon and you will end up here at the tibial tuberosity. You should palpate the medial side of the patella. You will feel the medial plica tissue. Move the patella medial and lateral. Feel underneath the patella. Pain is present here in the cases of patellofemoral syndrome. At the level of proximal tibia, palpate medially for the pes anserine bursa. Pes anserine refers to the common tendon of gracilis, sartorius and semitendinosus muscle. Local swelling might be present here in the cases of bursitis. Now bend the knee to 90 degree. Palpate the medial and lateral joint line for the tenderness. Just palpate the fibular head and you will find the joint line lying just above the fibular head. Now for the range of motion examination, first check the active range of motion of knee. Knee flexion range is usually 0 to 135 degree. An active knee extension up to 10 to 15 degree is fine, mostly in women who are more likely to have hyperextended knees. Passive range of motion examination is done to test the end feet and check for any crepitus if present. Muscle strength, first I will ask the patient to extend his knee while pushing my hand. This is to test for the quadriceps. Now I will ask the patient to bend his knee while I will resist the motion. This is to test for the hamstrings. Let's talk about few special tests for the knee joint. Always compare both sides while performing them. First, we have the swipe test for the small joint effusion. Swipe up, hold the fluid in the suprapatellar pouch with one hand on the medial side. Swipe down from the lateral side. Appearance of bulge or little ripple on the medial side of joint suggests the presence of effusion. Now we have the Clark sign. In this test, I will ask the patient to tighten his quadriceps when I will push down the patella. Any pain will indicate positive for the patellofemoral pain syndrome. Now we have the Lachman test for the ACL. Muscle should be relaxed, knee flexed up to 15 to 20 degree, femur is stabilized with one hand and other hand is used to move the tibia forward. Compare with opposite side to check for any tibial translation. Now we have the sack sign. Patient lies supine with hip flex to 45 degree and knee flex to 90 degree. In case of PCL injury, tibia drops back or sags back on the femur. Now we have the valgus stress test for the integrity of the MCL. This test is first done in knee fully extended position. A valgus stress is applied. Similarly, can be done with knee flexed to 20 to 30 degree. A valgus stress is applied to check for the integrity of the MCL. Now we have the varus stress test. This is done to check the integrity of the LCL. First, it is done in knee fully extended position. A varus stress is applied. It can be done with knee in 20 to 30 degree of flexion. Similarly, a varus stress will be applied. Now we have the Thesali test. Patient will be standing on one leg with knee flexed to 20 to 30 degree and he will rotate in a certain manner and you have to move along with the patient. This test is done for the meniscal injury. Thank you all for watching. Hope you like this video. Do share it amongst your friends and colleagues. Subscribe to this channel and press the bell icon for the future notifications.